True with Guns America, I'm holding in my hands one of the coolest, most unique, fun little guns that we have shot in a long time here on the Guns America YouTube channel. By the way, if you're not subscribed, we'd sure appreciate it if you would subscribe. Make sure you like. Even if you hate the video, comment, tell us how much you hate it, because it does help our algorithms. So YouTube's being pretty rough on channels these days, so anything you can do to help us, we would appreciate it. While we're doing that, let's just throw out the disclaimer really quickly. We are not selling anything today. We're not suggesting that you buy anything. Certainly would not suggest that you ever purchase a firearm. So this is for informational and educational use only, so take that for what you will. All right, let's talk about what I got in my hands here. This is the KelTec KP50, and guys, if you don't know anything about KelTec, these guys make the most unique, coolest, funkiest, wonkiest guns that are just fun and awesome of anybody in the industry. It's kind of what they're famous for, and this one is certainly, in my opinion, fits into that category. So what this is it is a 5.7 braced pistol, and that's 5.7 by 28, and we have put a pile of rounds through it. And what we've got going on here is this dual coupled magazine. So these each hold 50 rounds, and they, as you load them, they actually rotate the rounds sideways. So they sit sideways in here, and then when you want to reload, you just flip it over, hook it in here, and back you go. The cool part about this is that nothing hangs down, so it fits into a bag substantially better than a modern magazine or a modern yeah, like on an AR-15 where you got something hanging out and it's going to hook on a bag. So this is very slim. I mean, the only thing hanging down is your pistol grip, and it doesn't hang down far. This brace folds, and there is a version with a stock if you want to SPR it. So that's also an option, but it's all braced up. It's got the Velcro strap here that you wrap around your forearm and all that for bracing. Let's also talk, KelTec's been kind of famous for polymer, meaning a lot of their guns are made out of polymer, and this one's a little different. So this is all metal, this is aluminum, the lower is aluminum. The only polymer I even see on this is possibly right here on the charging handle, and then the B5 grip that's on this. And this is just a standard AR-15 B5 grip. It is a KelTec specific trigger. I don't think this is interchangeable with anything AR-15 as far as that goes. But if we start out here on the muzzle, we've got a half 28 thread, and we threw a SIG suppressor on this, one of their flow-through suppressors, and it worked great. It is a flow-through suppressor, and this is a straight blowback system, and it's very reliable that way, so there's no gas or anything like that. KelTec made some huge improvements on their previous generation of this, which was a totally different gun, but having the magazines on the bottom is really nice. It makes reloading easier. And then here's your mag release. You can hit it from either side, as you can see, but you push forward, the mag just pops down. There's like a little protrusion right there that hooks into the mags here, so it actually hooks right in there, and you just snap it up and in, and it locks in, and you're ready to rock and roll. You have a full length pick rail down the top, and it's not separated or broken anywhere, so you can mount stuff all the way down to the end of the handguard, and it's going to hold zero perfectly. It's got a fully ambi safety here, and it's not AR-ish, but it is very usable. And so as you can see, that's all it takes. It doesn't take a whole lot to throw it. And then it also sits under the ledge of the upper receiver here, so it's not going to get hooked or bumped in your bag. It's actually pretty protected, and yet you can reach it with your thumb when you want to. The charging handle is an AR style, meaning it's you pull it back like you would an AR-15, but otherwise you can see it doesn't share any features like that. So that's all it takes to charge it, is pull it back and let go. It doesn't work great just only hooking one side. You can do it, right? And it does work, but it's harder. So it actually is a little easier if you grab it on both sides and pull it back, but it's not hard to charge. The trigger pull has actually improved as we've shot it. It's not like some sort of competition trigger. It's like a duty trigger, and it's got a little creep to it. It's not heavy though, and it's not hard to shoot. So it's not a bad trigger at all, and we had zero issues with like failures to fire or light strikes or anything like that. So no issues whatsoever there. I am going to tell you that if I was going to be critical of this, the worst thing about it is loading it. My thumb thinks that it's been abused today because I've loaded a whole lot of ammo in this magazine, and the first few rounds aren't bad, but as you get to the bottom, like the last, I would say like 35 to 50, Those last ones get pretty hard to push in there. Now, it's my understanding that KelTec has several versions of this gun, and one of the versions that comes with a Vortex red dot also comes with some sort of a mag loader. So I don't know if that's available separately, but it might be a good investment if you were going to purchase this. So speaking of the versions that come with this, this is the sort of medium version. It comes with the brace, and it comes with the two 50-round jungle mags that are clipped together, so they're held together, and it just comes like that from the factory with this. And then also, I mentioned the half 28 thread. It doesn't come with a suppressor, unfortunately. You can get that yourself. It does come with a regular old A2 birdcage flash hider on the end of it. That's how it comes from the factory. But you'll need your own red dot and your own muzzle device if you want to change those out. Of course, we threw a Romeo 8T on here and a SIG. This is their Hexium 556 suppressor, and it worked great. Other features on this, one thing you'll notice is there's no way to attach a bipod or a tripod or any other sort of things down here on the bottom. You do have the pick rail up here on the top that you could mount a light off the side of. So that wouldn't be a problem. But as a pistol, you really shouldn't be mounting bipods and tripods on the bottom of this anyway. The folding stock, you press down and it actually folds to this side. A lot of them you push up, but this one's down. You could actually probably reverse that and it would be the opposite and flip this way. It does have a single point sling swivel stud on that side right there. But it's not hard to fold the stock, and you don't have to do anything to unlock it, meaning you just grab it and open it, which is actually a really good feature because I don't like having to push buttons to open this and use it. Now, the cool thing is that you can run this even with it closed. It's not going to get in the way of an ejection port. This does not move while you fire, so you can actually load it while you do that, and you can operate the trigger, the safeties, everything with this in a closed position, so you could fire it just like this in a hurry without opening the brace. A couple other things that I noticed, and just some of this is just me, but I shot a lot of rounds with this today, and I've got a little hot spot on top of my thumb, and it's from the brace. So some people are never going to notice this. I have kind of bigger hands, and I like to ride things higher. So as you can see, you ride that up in here, and somewhere in there that brace was grabbing me just a little tiny bit. Not a big deal. I mean, we're talking about I put a lot of rounds through this today, and it's a little angry, but otherwise no big deal. We chronographed this, and it's going a little over 2,000 feet per second. Now, I've shot some other 5.7 pistols. There's a few other people that make 5.7 pistols, and out of pistols, I've always kind of felt like it was over-advertised, kind of a lethargic round. In fact, most of the time it won't knock the plates down on a plate rack, which is crazy, right? Because it just doesn't have enough energy because it's such a small, light bullet. Well, out of this, that is not a problem. That extra barrel length that you get out of this little pistol really ups your velocity over 2,000 feet per second, and it smacks the steel. It knocks those plates down. I actually think this would be an awesome concealed carry gun to stick in your bag, carry to church. It's going to fit in a briefcase, backpack. I would carry this, like 100%. I would carry this. I think it's very controllable. It's very shootable. You can literally just, the recoil is basically non-existent. I would say that it is only slightly more than it's similar to like a 17 or a 22 mag. It's only slightly more than a 22 rimfire, and yet it's a lot more cartridge. It's a lot more gun than that. But we did shoot this with subsonic ammo. It did function perfectly fine with subsonic. The subsonic, my guess is made for an actual pistol because it's not subsonic. It's going like 1250, but it is substantially quieter than the supersonic ammo, but you can still hear the crack. In fact, you hear the crack more because it's so much quieter at the muzzle. So it's going a lot slower, but 1250 at our elevation is still supersonic. It needs to be closer to like below 1050. So that's that, but it does run. So unique. 101 rounds on the gun. You can drop a round in the top. I did try it and it will load. So that's one cool thing. One thing I'll mention, I mean, nobody necessarily expects this, but the bolt does not lock open on the last round, and there is no bolt release or anything like that. So when you go dry, you do have to charge it. It's not a big deal. I mean, if you're having to recharge this because you went through 50 rounds, you're having a really bad day. More than likely, and in that case it's not that big of a deal to do it. So but I couldn't be more impressed with the shape, the form factor, the size, the shootability, and just like the sturdiness of this. So it's not polymer, it's metal, which is kind of a change for KelTec in my opinion. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I love it. I think it's fun. I think it's cool. I think it's unique. I might just end up owning one of these. So anyway, that's kind of the story there. Now, one thing I will mention, we did have a malfunction today. We'll show it to you here in the video. I don't know what caused it. I'll be honest with you, it was more towards the end of the day and we were doing like some serious mag dumps. Haven't greased it, oiled it, nothing. We're just running it. It's hot. It's been running a suppressor. And it probably needed some oil, but we ended up with a case through, and I don't know what it's called, but through some little section on the bolt. You'll see it in the video. I cleared it. It wasn't that hard to clear, but in doing so, we had a live round disappear on me, and I didn't know where it went. You'll see me look for it on the ground. I'm like, well, it must be in the gravel. I didn't see it. And then I went back to shooting it, and then eventually the bolt just locked open. It wouldn't close. So I popped it apart, and speaking of popping it apart, this comes off really easy. So you drop the mag, there's a little pin right here on either side. You pull it down and the whole, we're not going to show you here because YouTube gets mad, but this slower receiver with the trigger in it just comes off, which is awesome. So it gave us access to everything under here. And as you can see under here, once you get in here, there's these dual recoil springs that are how this, and I'll actually work those for you. So that's the bolt coming back. You can see how simple it is. And this is your bolt back here. But anyway, we had a live round go up under there, just disappeared. Really wonky, weird malfunction. It was probably my own fault because of how I cleared this, because I pulled that one empty case out before I dropped the magazine and cleared it correctly. So probably user error on my part, but I'm not super familiar with the gun, and that's sometimes what happens as you live and you learn, and that's why you should go out to the range and train and practice so that if you have something weird happen, you actually know how to deal with it. Instead of screwing it up like I did. So I'm not saying this is an issue with the gun at all. The malfunction could have been ammo related. We bought the cheapest ammo we could find at the store today. We bought a whole bunch of it. And so I'm not saying that with better ammo, we wouldn't have had just zero issues. Maybe if we'd lubed the gun at any point, we would have had zero issues. We're going to keep shooting this, so if we figure out that there's a trend here or any other issues, we'll certainly update you. But right now, I think this gun is very reliable. As far as groups go, I have an astigmatism, so it's hard for me to shoot good groups with a red dot, but it's very capable. At 50 yards, I think that it would stack them right under an inch if you were doing your part. If we grab a magnifier and stick it on here, the astigmatism goes away. But vertically is where I strung the groups. Horizontally, I mean, they're like half an inch. So I think it's very capable of shooting very accurately. In fact, more accurately than most people can shoot with a red dot. So you can get this once again without the brace and with 150 round mag. That's the most economical way to obtain one of these. This is the medium version with the jungle clip and the dual mags and the brace. And then there is an SBR version that comes, well, there's a separate SBR version, and there's also a version that comes with all this, a Vortex red dot and the jungle clip and some sort of a mag loader. Haven't played with that one, don't know what else to tell you about it. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Tell us in the comments what you think of the KelTec KP50. I think it's cool. You guys tell us what you think. I'm looking forward to hearing and seeing your comments. See you on the next video.